Good morning, everyone. Um, Coming to you from beautiful Pacific Grove this morning. We got a little respite to enjoy God's creation. I want to use my time today to kind of prepare us for our study of Revelation. I'm going to do 7 churches this week, and I'm going to treat these like they are report cards. See, John has planted these churches, and he loves these people, and he's stuck there in the Isle of Patmos, and his heart's breaking. He wants to know what's going on. How are his peeps? How his church is doing? And Jesus shows up, and he gives him a little report card. So the first letter goes to the church in Ephesus. Now, Ephesus is a great, huge city, the second largest city in the world at the time. Busy, bustling seaport, a lot of commerce, a lot of people in and out. And it's become the center for the spread of Christianity after the destruction of Jerusalem. So John is there. Paul had been there for 2 years preaching every day there in Ephesus. So there was thousands of hours of instruction that Paul had given the church there in Ephesus. And then John takes this and builds on it. This is his home base. Jesus writes this letter to these churches, and I think he could be writing these letters to the churches today too. But to the church in Ephesus, he writes, I know your work, your toil, your patient endurance, and how you cannot bear with those who are evil, and have tested those who have called themselves apostles, but are not. And he goes on to say they're patiently bearing up for his name's sake, and not grown weary. Boy, it sounds pretty good, doesn't it? If you were getting this letter, Jesus wrote this letter to our church, man, we'd think, man, we're doing pretty good. But there's always a but, isn't there? I have this against you. You have abandoned the love that you had at first. Guys, this church was doing all the right stuff. They were generous. They were serving. They had good teachers. They were reading good books, listening to good podcasts. Well, maybe not that. But they were doing all this good stuff, but it wasn't for the right reason. Repent and turn back to God and do the things you did at first. Remember when you were a new believer and you couldn't get enough of Bible study? Oh, you read and read and read. You wanted to learn all you could. Going to church was something you looked forward to. You loved to write that check and put it in the offering plate. I still remember when I was able to write that first check for triple digits. Wow, that was so exciting. You just wanted to serve. Tell me when and where and I'll show up. But somewhere along the line, the church in Ephesus went from being a movement to being an institution. They did all the right stuff still, but they had no passion. Now, I remember one time we were hiking into Lake Margaret. It's beautiful, beautiful high country lake. And this forest ranger came by and asked if we had seen any smoke. And he was just a grumbling. He hated to be there. This was the worst place in the world he had to come to. Man, he got paid to hike into that beautiful lake. I wanted to take his shovel and smack him upside the head with it. He was getting paid to hike around this beautiful high country, and he was grumbling. Yeah, I wonder if these Christians in Ephesus were doing all the right stuff, but they were walking around looking like they'd been sucking on lemons. No joy, no love, no passion. And Jesus wants to just smack them upside the head. Well, he threatens to take away their lamp. They would no longer be the light in their area. Repent. Let Jesus restore to you the joy of your salvation. We resist the temptation to think we have it all figured out. Man, we don't. We're still in danger. If we do this, we're in danger of becoming like the church in Ephesus, one of the frozen chosen. God has so much better in store for us. Let him restore that joy. Renew your passion. Do the things you did at first. Love you guys. Have a great day.